the ground.
Imagine this, you get to the airport, you check in, you go through security clearance, then you go sit down, you take out your laptop, you start working. They start to board your plane, you put your laptop away, you jump on the plane, you sit down. As they take off and get into a cruising altitude, you take down your little food tray, pull your laptop out, and start working for the duration of the flight. You get off the flight, when y'all land, bang bang, you set up your hotel, blah blah blah, you take your laptop again and start working. That's what it is to be an entrepreneur. That's literally what it is. That will be your day-to-day life as an entrepreneur. You will have to constantly work to get to with the result that you need and want. And sometimes it's not as pretty as it is shown on the internet. And matter of fact, more often than not, it's not even close to what the is portrayed on the internet. That's why you got people like myself, you got people like Martell, you got people like that are doing YouTube showing you that, yes, bro, there are ins and outs to this game, and it's not pretty. It's not. So don't get it confused. Don't say, oh, I hate my 9 to 5, then quit and jump on a whim just because you're a little passionate about this little side hobby you got. Because if you're not willing to do 80 hours to make half of your current salary, it's not worth it. Because you're really going to burn yourself out, 1, and 2, you might not be able to keep up with the capacity that's needed to upkeep the entrepreneurship lifestyle in the field that you're in. And so we give you tools, like I'm trying to give you value and tools, but also be very transparent in the way that just because you can see me on a screen and I do certain lifestyle, this is me years in. Right? This isn't when I'm first starting. So depending on where you are in your entrepreneurship journey, it may be much more difficult. So really take heed when people tell you or give you advice when it comes to this lifestyle, because I promise you it's not glitz and glam. It's where we're like always on a plane, or you could go around all day. No, that's the fun part, because you own your time. So yes, am I saying that it's a pain in the to be an entrepreneur and you're never going to see sunlight? No, it's not what I'm saying at all. But realistically, don't think that it's going to be a dopamine joyride, because it's not. And realistically, you're going to have to get insanely disciplined on the things that you need to do to get to the next level, to continue to propel yourself upwards. And so to propel yourself upward, that's a lot of energy and effort. That's putting that 80 hours a week in to make half of your current salary. Like, would you do that? Like, think about it. Would you make, or I don't know what you make now, but would you be willing to take a pay cut but work more just to get your freedom back? It's a question you have to ask yourself. If you're willing to work more for a pay cut, but you know that you have your freedom, would you do it? Everybody's gonna be like, yeah, I know, yeah, of course I would do it. Yeah, okay. But when your car payment's late, when your car insurance is late, when your phone bill late, they cut off your phone bill. Like, what are you willing to endure to keep up the lifestyle of keeping your freedom? Because you will get put in positions where you will be paid last. Because a good business structure, the owner of the business or whoever put this shit together gets paid last. All expenses get paid first. And when you have less than what you thought you'd have had for the month, are you willing to endure the pain that comes with that? It's a sacrifice all game. It's not a I'm gonna get the money and use it all before using or spending it for the expenses that I know can bring me back more revenue. Right? It's a delayed gratification, not an instant gratification. It's delayed. It's very much so delayed. Right? And more times than not, you're battling several different things. And think about it this way: what way does and I spoke about this with a buddy of mine when I was in Utah, and we spoke about. There are several different ways to operate in business, right? And in life in general. And you can take the bamboo method. So bamboo, if you don't know, bamboo goes down first. So it plants the roots down for 5 years first. It goes down, right? And then at the point in which it hits a certain depth, or the roots are long enough, then it sprouts up its head through the dirt, and then will go up really, really quickly and become bamboo that you know. And bamboo, as you know, is really strong and sturdy. Right? Or you can use another method where you're like a regular oak tree and you have to grow in 2 different directions. Right? So that means self-development. That also means business. That also means relationships. That also means all these other things that are a combination of who you have to become to get to where you want to go. You have to grow in all directions. So roots are being grown downwards to hold you firm in foundation, but they're also going upwards so that you can get the new opportunities, the new lifestyle, learn from the entrepreneurship journey. Right? So there's so many ways to go, but you have to be willing to endure the pain that comes with it. Because sometimes it's really not going to be pretty. And I remember when I first started, bro, there was times where my car payment was late as late, right? And you take the hit because you're willing to put everything on the line. You're willing to, I don't care, whatever. It's almost like it's either freedom or death, right? So when you think about it that way, I'd rather die than to not have my freedom. Then anything else that's under death doesn't really then matter, does it? No, not really. But you're telling me you're going to take my car? You're going to repo my car if I don't pay it? Okay, cool. I'll figure it out. Right? Oh, I'm not going to be able to eat at the fancy restaurant tonight. I got to go eat at home. All right, that's cool. I know how to cook. Oh, I might not have groceries to make. Okay, cool. I'll go hungry for a couple days. You know what I mean? You have to get this grit where you'll do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. And no matter how long it takes, you'll get it done. Because then once you get into that mindset, you break free. Then the meetings that you have to close business become like yesterday, like nothing, right? Because you losing everything that you've lost, you going through all the pain that you've gone through, you sacrificing all the things that you sacrificed, you going up against all the fears that you have, you going up against all of the rejection that you get. Then a measly no to a business opportunity that you had, if someone rejects you or says no, it's nothing. If you have to present something to get the money that you need to continue the business venture or provide value to that client, becomes nothing. You doing all the things that happen within your business on a day-to-day basis become so much easier because you've gone through all of the hardship, all the pain, all of the things all the sacrifices, all of the time that you put in. All of these things have been done already, so you've learned how to maneuver through business. And so you can't run. Don't run from the entrepreneurship lifestyle if you know that's you. If you know it's you, if you know you've been called for something more, don't run from it. Just do what you have to do. And doing what you have to do is getting rid of that distraction list you've written. Fighting your fears by facing them. Learning how to say no when you need to. Do things that you know will fuel your further progression, whether it be in business or relationships. Working even when you're tired. All of these things will help you in the game of business. But you have to be willing to put in the hard work, because this shit's hard as ain't shit easy about it. And it certainly doesn't get any easier. It does not. Matter of fact, it gets harder. And then the funniest thing, like I said in one of the other videos, is that when you get to a certain place where you feel you've gotten a groove of the hardship, you've gotten a groove of how to sacrifice, you've gotten a groove of always working, you're going to then question yourself and ask, why the f did I do this in the first place? Right? But then you have to also remember that you're living a life that you once prayed for. When I was putting up them shits on the coke shelf, bro, I'm praying to get out of that. I was praying to get out of there. Then you get out of there. Okay, you just prayed to get out and you're living the life that you wanted to get out. So why the hell are you praying now for hopes that what you're doing stops? No, double down. Go harder. 80 hours a week, all right, try 120. Right? Do more. Do more. You have to do more non-stop. And it's a violent, rigorous process. It is a violent, rigorous process that you have to go through to become this human being who can endure all of the issues or endure all of the things that it is to live the entrepreneurship lifestyle. It's a violent road, and your body will take some bats and bruises. I promise you. It's just how it has to work. You have to be able to endure it. So endure it. Fight it out. Ride it out. Right? But that's all I got for you today. If you know that you're there and you're ready to take the next step, then go ahead and drop your email in that email list. If you join that email list, I'll give you some tips on how to get through this lifestyle on a day-to-day, because I live it as well. So if you're looking for that sort of support, drop your email in the email list below. But I will see y'all on the next one.
Boy, Mr. Brown.